Welcome, everyone. I apologize for the late start tonight, but I had a headache earlier, and I fucking needed to make sure it went away. So yeah, there's that. What we're gonna do tonight, I do have some more painting I need to do on these motherfuckers. We're gonna do some magnetizing because I started doing that the other day, and I didn't finish doing it the other day. So Uh, oh, oh, it's on the right side. Well, hold on. Yeah. So no, it wasn't on the right side. That's fine. Now we need to do the other side of this whole magnetizing process, and that is magnetizing them or gluing them to the bottom of the ship. And one of the other things I kind of want to do tonight is I want to work on adding the magnets to the ships themselves, the ships for the guns. Um, that way, I can have them all like fully magnetized. I want them. So let's put some magnets on some spaceships. Ah, no. Damn you. Not that. You need to stay there. Okay. I said stay. There we go. So now we're just gonna start putting these over her. Okay. Hey, good night. Your soul can't fade away. Hey, good night. Whoa. Oh, fucking go where you need to be. There we go. Over. Right, there we go. Yep. It did the thing that I thought it was gonna do. Like that? Fine. But you like that. Boy, knock it up. Your soul can't fade away. Good night. Oh, I hold your memory. Hopefully, these are gonna fucking stay solid enough. I don't want to have to do what I think I'm gonna have to do, which is fill all of the holes. Because that will be a pain in my ass. And while, yes, I do know that magnetizing things is generally a bit of a pain in the ass, I'd like to minimize that if at all possible. Unless you want to break. You as well. Yeah. Secret and lonely. Everything you think of me will soon break out the same. My heart to bleed. To keep away unless you want to break. The same. Yeah. Move those out of the way. Ah. Much easier when you don't have the like broadsides on. No, 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 no. Damn it. Which is the fucking right? Pretty sure it's that way. Like 80%? I mean, I should be able to pop it off if it's wrong. I am crushed inside this cage. Quit being an asshole, Magnet. Cutting out my heart to bleed. Love was never meant for me. I think it's better if you keep away. The butterflies, street skies. Oh no! Well, at least could be enough glue still on there. Keep that where it needs to be. Keyword fucking should. Keep burning, I feel she'll let me burn. Right up in down on top of the dome of humanity. Without her, run. Ah, no. Knock it off. Fucking stay where I put you. It's gonna have to be good enough. I'm just gonna hunt you down. You take me on your best. Find you in a dream, tormented. God, I'm just gonna hunt you down. Do, 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 do. Good tip to for like magnetizing stuff. Mark the side of your magnet stack that is opposite the side that needs to be glued. And just make sure like you keep marking it, because obviously, you know, there'll be the chance that it rub off as you go. Just if you make sure that one side is marked as you're magnetizing, your magnets are all going to be in the correct orientation. And while yes, it is a pain in the ass to do it, it's less of a pain in the ass than if you don't do it. Found you in a dream, tormented. God, I'm just gonna hunt you down. Got you, motherfucker. Oh no, it actually stayed where I wanted it to be. Nice. In a violent way. That's what comes when you to last, and the hunter comes for you. So look at time. Got it. No, keep going. That is actually another good way to do it as well. I find doing it this way, like for the use that I'm doing it, because usually what I'll do is I'll magnetize because I'm doing fucking flying bases for BFG ships. I find this way I can kind of just keep going without having to check, and I can swap the polarities as needed. That one should be fine. It avoids that extra hole. It'll be on an angle, but it's a fucking spaceship, and there's no specific up and down in space. So that works. Fine. I'm fucking kicking myself for not doing this to these when I first got them. But I mean, I didn't have the metric shit ton of magnets that I do now. Also, pro tip, if you need cheap magnets, I don't know if I'm sure Wish is still around. Wish. Most of the magnets in this here bowl I got from Wish for a fraction of the cost that it would have cost me to like go to my FLGS. Also, part of the reason it was a fraction of the cost is some of them may have been claimed to have not gotten to my door. That is true. I can definitely see that. Usually what I would do with like the 40k stuff when I was still playing when I was still playing 40k, um one of the things that I would try to do, because I never did like uh troops. I was usually magnetizing vehicles. I would generally try to put them all in the like all in bags. Like all the stuff that I needed magnetized, like all of the magnetized bits, I would keep in bags, and I would try to keep them separate from the other stuff as best I could, obviously. You, you're still positioned. With these, I'm yeah, that's fair. Usually, the what I would magnetize, um, was generally like vehicle stuff. Um, at least ones that I couldn't just like press fit properly, like knights. I think I tried magnetizing some of them, and then I was like, I can just press fit most of these weapons together, and it would not going to be an issue. That said, um, well, I also the Hydra that I used to have, I had that press fit, like the guns press fit for it, so that I could either have the Hydra or the like mortar tank that you build out of the same kit. Honestly, it was more I didn't want to have to buy two different miniatures to have either choice. That was like, and it's the same thing with the knights. Is I wanted as many options that I could have with the least amount of money spent. Because 40k is a rich kid's hobby. Always fucking has been. Okay, so let's have enough time. Bam. Love it. Fucking love it. Now is gonna be the okay. So most of these I should be able to store. Okay, I'm gonna let those dry. Light stands can go back into the box. That is their temporary holding. Now, oh. And to be 100% fair, one of the main reasons why I'm magnetizing the BFG ships, if I happen to get for the 6 mil, I can't remember the name. But yeah, I can definitely feel that. Um, I got out of playing 40K. Yeah, Epic. There we go. I got out of playing 40K when they decided the first time to nuke content creators with cease and desist slash IP strikes. Which, yeah, I was a little salty when they decided to do that. So, like, before I decided to start making sure that I got all these painted, I hadn't touched GW, anything GW, unless I was doing commission work at all. Like, even going so far as to like not do anything with the like unpainted, well, stripped 40K stuff that I have that I was gonna like do some stuff with, because I have the Dark Angels box set that came out, like the one that they brought out that was Dark Angels and Chaos. I have like 2 of those boxes worth of the Dark Angels at the moment, and I was going to do them as fucking Alpha Legion. But what I was gonna do is I was gonna put like some of the old school Alpha Legion decals on partway through the painting process, and then basically do like a gray wash over top, and have it look like it was like the like pre-painted armor, but you could still see like the Alpha Legion emblem. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So yeah, these ones. Where's my pin vise? Where did I put you? There, you still have the same bit. Good. And honestly, the main reason why I'm willing to paint these is GW hasn't done anything with this property in a good number of years. Like this BFG is 100% fucking community run at the moment. So I'm actually, yeah. Oh yeah. BFG is an awesome game. It is like, when I heard the rumors about like GW potentially bringing BFG back, that was going to be the only reason I would have given GW more money. Is because this is my favorite GW product. To be fair, I started playing after it had already become essentially a community project. Big, not quite big enough. I wanted to try out Necromunda back in the day, like when I was first getting into 40k, but never really got the chance. You're gonna be a pain, aren't you? Maybe not. Here is what's causing the issue right there. Might need one of these. My blade. See how far it goes down. Be close. I wish I had a slightly larger bit for my pin vise. That should be about good. Got to go all the way to the outside. A little too big, but that's okay. I'm going to be plugging those holes with some of my epoxy putty anyway. So when I paint over some of these, I'm not 100% sure. It's not going to be like Black Legion because that's boring as shit. Everybody paints their chaos shit Black Legion. I did have like most of these. It's kind of subtle, and I'll probably if I don't fully repaint, I'll probably hit them up and add some more detail. But most of these are done with like metallics. Very similar to what you would see as like an Iron Warriors fleet. But what I'll probably end up doing, to be 100% honest, if I do repaint, is it'll be like I'll probably do like fire groups of like 3 or 4 ships, all painted with like a similar scheme, and then do it that way because I have enough ships. Having multiple different variations, I think would look cool and also at the same time be very chaosy. Wait, give me a second. I need to fix something. Needs to go there. And that didn't fuck that up, did it? Nope, it didn't. That didn't. Ow. That hurt. That was a knee. There we go. You go back in there. There we go. Around your organs. Dropping supplies. It's about a day aside. Thank you very much for the follow. It's true. The regions I do couldn't keep me from you. World's end. I'll start. Repenting my way to your heart. I also have an Imperial Navy fleet as well that I'm kind of working on. Most of it has been painted already, but I'm debating on whether or not I want to strip and repaint them. Because I'm not like a super big fan of the current color scheme, but like all of the like capital class ships are already painted, so like it's less work. Currently for that fleet, I'm working on the remaining escorts that haven't been painted. So one of the things that I need to find for this, or make, I guess, are some attack craft, and for like the carriers that I have, like specifically for my Chaos fleet, some attack craft and torpedo stuff, because I don't have any, literally any, for my attack craft. Oh, 100%. Like, to be fair, I have enough Chaos ships that unless I want to bust out my battleship that I have enough for 2 full forces for like a learning game in order to like teach somebody else how to play. Um, oh, nice. I have a bunch of the old OPR like fleets before they did their rule change, because I was in their like I was on their subscribed to their Patreon for quite a while. So like I don't have the updated rule set for their spaceship game, but I have all of their old ships. Which I guess I could use some of their because they have like attack craft uh ships that like they do have some attack craft. They don't have any torpedoes though. Which is kind of poo, but Oh wow, they still haven't updated them? Yeah. Ban person. Because yeah, I know they've been talking about doing updating the rule set at the very least for space fleets for like years. Like, because I've been out of their Patreon for like a couple of years now. Okay, so they did finally do the update for like their rule set and whatnot. Oh, it's gonna be a pain. Like, I'd like to get my hands on their. Well, I guess I could still get the free version of their new rules for it because they usually release like the basic rules for it for free. Oh, they've updated the rules, just not the ships. It's more the actual rule set for the game itself because I know they always give the basic rule set for play, just not the expanded rule. Like the expanded optional rules, which add a lot more of the fun stuff. I should look and see what sort of spaceship games are out there. I'd like to find one that actually takes elevation into consideration. Because, like, that would make, like, tactically make the game that much more fun, in my opinion. Like, I understand it would make the game, like, it would make it more complex, but, like, space is three dimensional. Yep. Interesting. Like, as far as I know, there generally aren't, because most spaceship games are essentially just like a reflavored fucking naval battle game. Like, honestly, I don't even think that personally it would add that much more complexity to the game. Just simply because like you could have it set up so that your like the vertical movement is just like you just put a die next to your ship, and well, I guess you would have to figure out a way to have below, pardon me. Well, I mean, you could do like basically, because what I was thinking is just essentially have it so that during your movement you would basically just essentially have levels. So like standard would be level 0, one. I mean, it could. And granted, there is a lot of shit on the table for something like BFG or space fleets already. But I mean, even with like upkeep, it's just you would need to have the players be like on the ball for making sure that elevation is recorded. And then for that, like you would then just, every one elevation is, if you're using Imperial, every one elevation would be 1 inch type deal. So, like, and I know BFG is done in metric, which personally I think is better. Um, with that, like, I would just have it as a 1-to-1. Hey, how's things? I need to make sure this hole's big enough. The only place that I could see it like on the table being a bit of a pain is when it comes to oh nice when it comes to the turning radius on ships, because something this size can only do like a 45-degree turn. And even then, it's usually only after X amount of movement has been used that you can do said 45-degree turn. Though, to be fair, my main reason. Yeah, that would actually be. That would be perfect. And, like, oh, yes, Dwarf Fortress music makes me irrationally happy. But yeah, one of the main reasons why I have always been slightly not upset, just disappointed that BFG didn't have elevations was like one of the main reasons why I was became interested in BFG and is some of the novels, specifically the Night Lords trilogy. Because like some of the maneuvers that they describe in that book were fucking epic. Or in those books, I should say. It's like I said, trilogy. Yeah, no worries. Be big enough. It's more than big enough. I'm gonna have to sink some two-part epoxy or epoxy putty into those holes. Hey, I only have two more ships to do the broadside fucking magnetization for that one. That one. Oh no, that one's already done. Cool. So just one more. Wunderbar. You know, now that I'm doing this, I should get rid of Titanicus from my like uninstall Titanicus and reinstall BFG2 or BFG Armada 2, I should say. Fun fact and a bit of magical hack lore. I was one of the alpha testers for BFG Armada 1. And let me tell you, when that game was still in alpha slash beta, fucking the most ridiculous fleet that you could have was anything with launch bays and torpedoes. Those were the those were just so fucking broken. Like gameplay wise. Like they had to really nerf uh it was actually mainly the assault craft that was the issue. Oh, sorry, assault craft and bombers were the issue. Be a little bigger. Thankfully, with magnetizing these, I don't really have to worry about polarity as much. That's too much. Oh, well, I can fix it. Because the way that you magnetize BFG ships, at least well, I guess the Imperial ones too. Baggy go. Ah, there's my baggy. Is you take your weapon thingy. Where? Give me one that I've already done it to. That one. You place a small fucking piece of a staple, and then you magnetize there, and you can just plop it on. You are good. You should be good. You should be good. You should be good. You should be good. And you should be good. You four get to go back into your current home. Now, I need to work on you four. And yeah, these are the escorts some of the escorts that I'm currently working on. I'm kind of taking a bit of a pause from working on. I guess I can move that over. Go. Yes, sure. Go. Come on, camera. There we go. Yeah. Um. That's one of the reasons why I kind of want to repaint the Imperial fleet that I have, because it. Right, this one. That's where these ones are. Mm. Yeah, I may as well grab the big guy. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is how I got them painted. Which they look fucking phenomenal. They're really well painted, which is why I'm like, I don't know if I want to repaint them because they look great. But they're not necessarily going to match my painting style. Oh yeah, like that's the thing is like I'm not opposed to keeping it. It's just I don't know how it would look on the table with the paint scheme slash style that I do mixed in with that. Like basically the way I'm kind of justifying it is like the uh the different escort groups are all like they're kind of color coded and painted to match with each other because those are the specific those are all the individual groups because with the escort class ships that's essentially how it works is they work in squadrons. Now uh, oh, oh, whatever. I'll just use this one. It's fine. This is just for water anyway. Like, not even painting water. This is for two-part epoxy water. Yeah, this is the stuff that I. Well, those were the Imperial ships. Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. Fucking. That was actually one of the things that always bugged me when I was, like, more into the 40K community in regards to. When it came to Chaos, specifically with Slaanesh. Because everybody's like, oh, Slaanesh, those are the sex demons. It's like, okay, that's one aspect of Slaanesh. But Slaanesh isn't just about sex. Slaanesh is about excess. Be it excess food, excess fucking, excess food, music. It's about it's kind of about the way it makes the way you feel. Like if it feels good, you want it in excess. Like if you look at somebody like Lucius the Eternal, he wasn't all about sex. He was about perfection. In his like he his thing was he wanted to be the perfect swordsman, and he kind of got his wish. Though one thing I do like about like the Chaos Gods in 40K and how they're portrayed is Nurgle. Like it could be argued that Nurgle is the Chaos God of life because essentially what he does, yes, the majority of the life that he creates are viruses, but he is creating new life. That he's a jolly motherfucker. He is literally the happiest of the Chaos Gods. That being said, at the same time, I'm kind of sad at how dirty they did Chaos back between fifth and sixth edition. I know that was like 4 editions ago, but I'm still salty about that. They took Chaos from being one of the coolest, most customizable armies and turned it into fucking cookie cutter. Like, you can't even have a demon prince on a fucking bike anymore. And there's one of them in the fucking lore. I mean, I wouldn't say that he's angry or they're angry. Because Chaos Gods, just like Eldritch Beings, kind of transcend gender. There you went. But I mean, even still, like Korn was never portrayed as like being happy. Nurgle, on the other hand, he's always portrayed as being kind of jolly. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of filling the holes just a little bit so that the magnets have something against their the back they can glue onto. Because these are all hollow. Still debating on whether or not I want to make some silicone molds of some of these. Well, I mean, even when like the lore that talks about Nurgle specifically, there's at least a couple of different parts of the like lore bits that describe him as like happily stirring away at his cauldron as he's creating new plagues and viruses. While his Nurglings kind of dance and cavort around his feet. Oh, nice. Like, I honestly wish more people would read the Horus Heresy books. Not only because a lot of them are pretty fucking good, um, like, but it also shows the fall of the Emperor's children and how Slanesh's influence affected them and whatnot. Well, them and the Black Legion, obviously. Yeah, I remember back in what was it, seventh edition. I actually had a bunch of demons for my Chaos Space Marine army simply because the summoning rules in seventh edition were so broken that, and like, I understand why they changed them for eighth, but like they were broken to the point where you could go in with a 2,000 point Chaos army, like which was the average scale of game for that time. And with the right rolls and the demon summoning rules, you could end up with like, I think the best I did was I ended up having 4,000 points on the table by the end of the game. Like including models that had been killed, obviously. Um because like you could snowball demon summoning. Because like if you had one or two sorcerers that were Undivided, you have them summon, you have one of them summon, or really, first turn, you have two of them. If you have like two, you have both of them attempt to summon pink horrors, which are also psychers, and when you summon them, you got to choose the school of magic they got, and you just give them the one that let them summon. Then on turn 2, you then have 4 units on the table that could summon stuff. And you just had your pink horrors summon more Tzeentch units, and then you have your undivided psychers from your Chaos Army summoning fucking Bloodthirsters and Great Unclean Ones and basically everything that wasn't Tzeentch. You could probably find some of the audiobooks for the Horus Heresy. Actually, I'm guaranteed you could find some of the audiobooks for Horus Heresy on YouTube. To be fair, that's where I listened to a lot of the Heresy stuff that I did via audiobook. You're going to go in that hole. Oh fuck! I wish I could remember the name of that Titan book from the Heresy that I had read. Like back when I was like first getting into 40k, or rather, when I was getting back into 40k. Buddy of mine lent me a book, Titan Death. Titan Death. That was a great fucking book, especially if you're interested in Titans and stuff like that. Mechanicus was actually pretty good too. That one, I think I have the ebook for. Um, Mechanicus was really good because it actually talks about like what was happening on Mars during the heresy and like the rebellion that happened there. And it also kind of talks a little bit about the Void Dragon or whatever the fuck. I think I have. That should be far enough down that when I slip the magnet in, it will push it the rest of the way. Yeah, I was very close to actually not streaming tonight due to headache. Thankfully, I got it dealt with before it turned into migraine. Too much. Oh, bastard, get in the hole. Oh, if ever you're looking for like if you use green stuff a lot in your miniature building and painting work, I suggest taking a look at the Tamiya epoxy putty, like the smooth surface stuff. This is cheaper than green stuff, and it's a lot better when it comes to like sanding. Because I've never myself have never had good luck mixing as directed, like green stuff as directed, and being able to properly sand it. It just doesn't like being sanded. However, this stuff, if you mix it 50-50, once it cures, fucking, it's like, it sands beautifully. But I mean, it kind of makes sense that it would take to sanding a little bit better. Because this stuff, like Tamiya generally does stuff more specifically for like Gunpla style building. And with Gunpla, there's a metric shit ton of sanding that's involved for like the higher end stuff. That and like I find green stuff is still like fairly flexy or can still be fairly flexy if you're doing stuff that's like gun sized. Whereas when this stuff like fully sets, it's fucking solid. Okay, so now fun begins. Ooh, yeah, this is how I did it last time. Mm, alright. I'll use the back of this. There we go. I think I should do another Gunpla build soon. I just need extra money. And also to figure out what I would want to build. Like it would most likely be another Zaku. Oh, they're a blast. And like even the more complex stuff is still a lot less fucky to build than most 40k minis. Oh, you're not gonna. Asshole, aren't you? Like, if you can build fucking GW stuff, you can do Gunpla with like no issue. Too tight, apparently. That works. I think I've done one, two, four different builds on stream. I've done like maybe 5 builds in total. Oh, don't put yourself on a fucking angle like that. It'll be a pain. We'll have to do. Now, you get lidded. And like with doing Gunpla builds, the instructions actually make sense. For the most part. I think I've had one or two that I've looked at and had to scratch my head for like 30 seconds. Um, I think it was the not that one. Yeah, I think it was the Sinanju that I built, which was a real grade. Yeah, I think that one was an RG. That one there was a couple of bits that like I kind of shook my head about their instructions, but like it was nowhere near to the level that I've had to shake my head at GW's lack of ability to write build instructions. That one, we're gonna put that away so I don't fucking cut myself. I love it when I actually kind of like it better when I oversize the hole because then it makes it easier to slip it in. Yeah, I know what I said. Just that was just the right side of the hole. That nice and tight. Tweet like a tiger. Getting back to the RPG Maker talk from a while ago, I'm almost debating on shelving the progress on my current game to start on my next idea that I have. Because I'm thinking of making a game that is kind of based on, or not based on, but inspired by Shadowrun. Most specifically, the dice system that they use, and the fact, and kind of the setting as well. Considering it's fucking what if fantasy, but or well, sorry, what if cyberpunk, but with magic. And I also kind of like the way they do the PC races in that game system as well. Because, like, or not the way they do them, but the way they kind of justify them as far as why they're there. Basically, every one of the playable well, I'm gonna start trying to use the term ancestry more because I like that better than race. But like all of the ancestries are basically just kind of mutated humans in one way, shape, or form, including like orcs, goblins, and trolls. There we go. 8 magnets in you. Okay, now time to deal with the rest of these. But really, I shouldn't getting back to what I was mentioning previously, I shouldn't shelve the one that I'm working on now, just simply because like it's not done yet, and I know if I shelve it, I probably won't end up coming back to it. Though I mean, depending on how things shake out, I might end up shelving one of my personal projects because like there was a suggestion put forward by one of the listeners of the podcast that I'm on about potentially making a game kind of inspired by said podcast. So the one I'm working on right now, like it's in RPG Maker. It's a pretty basic RPG. Like the one that I'm working on now is more of a learning process to learn the limitations of the engine. Um, but like the TLDR of it is you live in an underground society and you're trying to find a way to the surface of your planet. Um, if you watch anime, think Gurren Lagann, but with less drills. The next one that I'm thinking of making is like a personal project is going to be loosely based on Shadowrun, where you're in a society that has both technology and magic. And I haven't gotten too far into idea like brainstorming about what the story is going to be. Um, Probably fighting some sort of corpo fascist scum. Or maybe not necessarily fighting, but like trying to survive the machinations of corpo fascist scum. Like I've been looking at some plugins and systems that I could use for that, because I want to have it as like a I want to have it as a dice based like combat and skill type system, or at least give it the illusion of being dice based. Basically, make it similar to how the mechanics of the tabletop for Shadowrun works. Um, and the one for the podcast, I kind of considered some ideas for that already, like and did a little bit of brainstorming. But essentially, the idea that I have for it, and I'd have to actually talk to the other podcast mates about it and actually pitch this to them. Would be essentially the story would be fucking you like we're basically recording an episode with a guest, the guest being the actual player of the game. And we all get stuck into a we basically get pulled into another world. Um and each of the cast members gets turned into one of the characters that they've played on the show. And like you have to kind of go through, and the idea the idea for that is that I like the best for doing it that way would be have it so that like you team up as the player with of the uh each of the cast members, and each one that you pair up with, you go through a different set of adventures in order to kind of get everybody out. And then maybe at the end of it, have it so that you team up with all of us and have to fight like the big bad boss at the end type deal. Damn it, I did that thing where I pulled out way too much of the two-part epoxy compared to what I needed. Fucking hole. But yeah, the one that I'm working on now, I'm like 74 hours in. And like, that's a fair amount of work for one person to just kind of shelve and potentially not come back to. But I mean, at the same time, at least I'm not like, pirate software and pretend to do game dev streams, but instead play fucking other games. Ooh. I just had a thought. I could potentially use RPG Maker to make a fucking lightweight spaceship game. Like, basically make a fucking pixel art version of something like Battlefleet Gothic. Like, it wouldn't be as grand a scale as far as like the play. Um but like I'm pretty sure that there are like the plugins that I would actually I can pretty well guarantee that the plugins that I would need are already out there. Because like there are plugins out there to have it so that instead of it being like various flavors of turn based, that you could have like an action RPG style game where you're not going to a different like turn-based combat screen in order to fight. Like, I think that's something that would be kind of cool to work on. I also kind of want to do a roguelike esque type game where there's like where like I essentially use up the limit of maps that RPG Maker could do, which is like 2,000, I think, is how many maps you can have. Did I make that hole too small? Not quite. It's just a bit tight. Not the hole too tight. Just tight enough is good enough for me. That one's too tight. Damn you, spiky chaos ships! Why you gotta hurt my hand so much? That should be fine. I'll just have to test it afterwards. If it's too high up, it'll just kind of make the gun emplacement bit look a little wonky. So I think if I was to do something like roguelite style, I would probably have to, or I would probably want to get some like custom art and tiles. Like I would actually want to actually have pay somebody to draw up the tile sets for me. That way, it would be a 100% custom look to the game. That being said, if I did that, I'd have to deal with like licensing because I would want to, like, I would want it to be something that I could make money off of. Because like the one that I'm working on right now, it's not going to get sold. Even if I was to put it on itch for like $1, I highly doubt anybody would want to buy it. Just simply because like it's the it's being made with the standard RTP, and like I have one plugin that I'm using for the game. And that is simply and solely so that you can remap the keys and have controller support. That is it. That is all. But I mean, the whole like the learning aspect of it is one of the reasons why, like with the game that I'm working on now, um, I'm severely limiting the amount of plugins that I use because like I'd mentioned before, it's part of the reason that I'm making this game is to learn the limitations of the engine before I go whole hog and like use a bunch of plugins for various things that the engine just literally cannot do. Like a dice system. RPG Maker does not have a baked-in dice system that like will show dice rolls and stuff like that for when you're doing attacking and all that. Text bubbles above your character, like it doesn't have baked in functionality for that, but there are plugins for it. If I want to have more than 4 characters in the party, or if I want to do like, or if I want to have 4 characters in the party but be able to summon other things during combat. Now, that being said, for the game that I'm working on right now, I did make a basic summoning system, but the only reason that it actually works is because I basically I have it set up that you only get a maximum of 3 players or 3 characters for your party. So like the 4th slot is still open and usable. It's a Dragon Man. It's just a dragon. Let's go. Ding the countryside, ding the peasants, ding all the peoples in their thatched roof connection. Well, hot damn. I got basically all the important magnetization shit done within about 2 hours. There we go. Comes in it. And the Trogdor does come in the night. Giggity. Okay, so now let's grab one of my pre-magnetized bits. Come on. That one will work. Okay. Sit there nicely. Sit there nicely. Very nice. A little wonky, but that's fine. Fine. Perfect. Fucking love it. Now I just have to get some staples so that I can glue them to the bottom of the rest of these. So as I can have basically all of my weapons that are in this little baggie here magnetized for use on whatever ship I want for my Chaos Fleet. Alrighty. Boop. Boop. Oh, I got a kitty behind me. Squeechy, 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 squeechy. Alrighty. So I've hit 2 hour mark. This is about when I normally call it for the evening. I've actually done quite a bit tonight, and I am proud of myself. And I still have a little bit of coffee left. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit a button. We're gonna go cozy up over on the couch, and we're gonna see who else is on and doing the thing, and we're gonna go raid them and go say hi. So give me 2 jiggles of a jackrabbit's ass, and I will be right back with you. Thank you very much, and thank you, Jugga, for hanging out and for the follow. So now what we're gonna do is first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill the YouTube stream because I'm also live over there at the moment, and well, I can't raid out on YouTube, so bye bye YouTube peoples.